Hey guys, it's Duncan here from Contact Enhance. I'm going to show you something a little different today. I'm going to show you how I created a Zap using Zapier to bring the information in from Contact Enhance about the company, including their Twitter, and then I was able to go and get from Twitter the link to their picture profile, the Twitter followers, Twitter friends, and Twitter description. Twitter description can be quite interesting because it's written by a human, and it's written by a human for an audience of people, so it can be quite friendly. Twitter friends, Twitter followers, so the Twitter followers can be really important as well, especially if you get somebody that comes along as a prospect who has a huge audience. You might want to get them through to a social media person so that they can contact them, touch base with them. So how did I do it? So if I come over here, I've turned my Zap off for now because I just deleted this test row here. But if we have a quick look at it before turning it back on again, you can see that it's quite straightforward. I've got my spreadsheet set up. In that spreadsheet, what I'm doing is I'm just looking for the email identifier, which is the name of my spreadsheet down here. I've also used a Twitter identifier and a company name identifier in other tests, which I'll show you later on in the week. Then I've gone off to find the company. If we go down to edit options, you'll see here that I'm using the email address as the identifier again. So there's no magic going on here. This is running for real. And then in Twitter, I've added it as a step here to the Zap. And I've looked for the company Twitter profile provided by Contact Enhance as the username. You don't need to use the @ symbol. We're just looking for the email movers, which in this case is the company I'm going to be testing. So it's not @email movers, it's just email movers. Then I'm doing a simple lookup to find the spreadsheet row again, using the email as the identifier again, of course. And then I'm updating it. The update one's quite straightforward. If I click on the edit template here, you'll see how I've done it. I've just brought in the original information that I'm updating. So it's the Zapier test Google Sheets, and it's the email identifier worksheet. I've got my lookup sheet row here, so I've used that as the value. I've also then got my revenue that I'm bringing in from Contact Enhance. But then I've got my Twitter description, friends and followers that I'm bringing in from Twitter. Then I've got my Twitter profile that I'm bringing in from Contact Enhance, the employee bandwidth email address, and the description, which is still the company's house description. So the Twitter description is more friendly, but the company's house one is obviously from a drop down, so they're all the same, better for segmentation. The Twitter one's better for human eyes. And then I've got my profile picture. I actually put that in just to see what would happen, and it is possible to make it appear here. At the moment it'll just appear as a link, but it's actually possible to make it appear as an actual logo. It's just an equation in the spreadsheet that I've not worked out yet. So click continue, and then I'm going to turn my Zap on. Here we go, there we turn it back on again. And once we turn it back on, it's done its little test here. I'm just going to copy and paste the email address in, and then once I've done that, I'm going to go back here. I'll click finish there, go back to see it on my desktop, and then click run. And what we should do, if we come back here, you can see over on this screen that it's now run. If we come back over here, you can see that it's appeared, but it's not only appeared, but it's found the revenue, employee bandwidth description as normal, and the Twitter ID, but it's also gone off and got the profile picture link. It's got the number of followers, 952. It's got the number of people following, 469. So the number of people that we're following, that is. Then it's got this here, which is email movers as a full. So as you can see, it's a much more friendly version of this, isn't it? So there we go, guys. That's a little bit about what we're doing today. It's a little bit about how we're developing this. Any questions, do let me know. Thanks, bye.